Wanted to make a video talk about this Briggs and Stratton. It's a Vanguard, 36 horsepower, and it's a vertical shaft. Come in because it was flooding with gas. It was dripping gas out the exhaust here, and it wouldn't start. It was kind of hydro locking. I got it in, I changed the oil, and I actually ordered a brand new carburetor for it and a new solenoid put on it, and put a new fuel pump on it. Figured that would fix it, and set a couple days after I ran it, and I go outside and it was flooded with gas again. So I was like, well, what could it be? It should have been the carburetor, and the carburetor come with a new solenoid. So I got to looking and kept on looking over everything. Everything seemed all right. Whenever I was checking the spark, whenever I'd idle it down real low, it would start black smoking and kind of missing, acting like it's running on one cylinder. But whenever I pulled each plug, I could tell it had a miss, but it was firing on both cylinders, because it would change sound and kind of change tone with each side. And put a new fuel filter on it, and it was still doing the same thing after the brand new carburetor. So it was, whenever I idled it down, it was black smoking, and set for 2 days and was back full of gas. So ended up taking it back apart, and I figured the carburetor would have fixed it, but my other thought was maybe it got out of time the way it was running and kind of misfiring. Maybe it got out of time and backfired, and that was the only thing I could think of. Backfired and hung my float open on my brand new carburetor. So I took this whole cover off and took the bolt or the nut that holds the flywheel on, pulled my flywheel off, and it looked like it was rotated a little bit, and whenever I took the flywheel off, it was obvious that the key was almost sheared in two. It had just a small little bit of play whenever I took that nut loose and got it seated off the crankshaft. The flywheel had just a little bit of side-to-side play, so I knew that wasn't right. It would put it out of time, and put a new key in it, and it seemed to be fixed. I did take his carburetor back, the new one, off, and put his old one on there, because I don't think that was the issue. I think it was backfiring and holding the float open for some reason. So I didn't see any other videos like that. It's obvious it's a carburetor or float issue, but I put a brand new carburetor on this and it was doing the same thing. So if anybody else has that issue with this 36 Vanguard, you may want to look at your flywheel key and check the timing. That's it. Other than that, they seem to be pretty good engines, these vertical 36 Briggs. Keep the valves adjusted, and they seem to hold up pretty well.